What the hell is up, gang? Today I'll be apologizing for last time saying that Earth was the best common. In fact, it's wind. And I got what can be called a Nemo archon. This thing at max stats is the most disgusting thing I have ever used. The only way to defeat people with max stat wind is to one-shot them, or wait for them to slip up because they can straight up fly and shoot down while the enemy can't do shit. With enough time, I can legit reach the map stop if I wanted to. Like, what do you do when a dude just disappears into the air and you feel the breeze surround your body and then you're just dead? Like, isn't there supposed to be archons for every element? So well, I would just steal the name from Genshin Impact, I guess, because I am rude like that. Yeah, alright, let's check out the moves. After that, I'll show you what the breeze means with PvP fight, my wind versus entity beyond time. The first move will be Wind Fist. It's a very short range ability which lets you charge up wind around your hand and then you release it in a short directional AoE. It does pretty decent damage for a windy haymaker, and the cooldown is 4 seconds. The move should only be used once the opponent is stunned because the charge up takes a second. The damage for this move is 600 or something, which is still pretty disgusting, but I guess the owner decided to make the game balanced by doing this. This move comes pretty handy when your opponent is rushing you because you can hold it and wait for the enemy to approach you. I wanna say also that holding it longer will not increase its damage or size, but it can be held for a while, so that's a plus. Also, this move is a combo ender. The second move will be Wind Bullets. This is a pretty unique ability, I would say. You create tiny wind bullets and then start spinning them around you, and once you release them, they fly out all around you and detonate, dealing quite decent damage, with one bullet dealing around 170 damage, and there being 30 of them, and they stun the opponent that you hit for quite decent while. I noticed that this is the only wind move that benefits from being held down for an extended period of time, because if you hold it down, more wind bullets will be shot, and the damage will be considerably increased. This is quite the visually pleasing ability, and I highly recommend using it together with Wind Fist, because the stun that the wind bullets deal can get you ahead with that haymaker. Bruh, I like calling that the wind haymaker. Alright. Unfortunately, wind does not have many moves, so I gotta extend my yap session, so bear with me, because if this doesn't work out, I'll start discussing Twitter drama and become a news daddy for the unemployed. The third move will be the best move for damage in the kit, and it's Wind Judgment. This insanely good looking move, and I love how it works. You form a blue crossbow over your head, which follows your position with a delayed speed, and has 3 wind bolts loaded. Once you shoot these bolts, they will fly with the arc with a very nasty range, and anyone caught in the impact will start taking 83 damage per tick, which usually ends up doing over 1k damage to your opponent. The way the bolts are fired are with an arc, so if you get into high ground, your range would be increased like a lot. And the AoE is pretty disgusting with my max stats. Like, honestly dude, I can't repeat this enough how it's disgusting. And how the cooldown is 18 seconds, which for such a ability is funny as hell. Wind Judgment has a peak synergy with the ability I will show next, and it's Wind Boots. This is the scroll ability of this element and literally allows you to fly at max stats. You can get this by either getting the very rarely spawning ability scroll around the map or getting the max handling stat. This ability acts as a utility move and lets you jump pretty high, and the cooldown for it is 2.1 seconds, while the double jump cooldown is 2.3 seconds, so you can imagine what can be done with this silly move. This ability can also be used to escape danger, and it is of course being used to air camp poor people while shooting down wind judgment while nobody can do nothing about it. It's absolute cinema. For how overpowered wind is in this game, the way you use it is pretty simple and not complicated. And not much can be more said about this silly thing. I want to continue creating content for this game, so if you have a max stat element and would give me it to try out and make a showcase with it, that would be great. Of course, it will be given back when I will be done experimenting and getting footage. I will be doing a shout out for whoever gives me something, so keep that in mind. Just make a comment and we can do such a thing. Now, I will show you a clip of me fighting a entity beyond time user.